Yes, yes. Because I feel like your man should support you.
Always.
Support be there. Yeah, always.
Yeah, because my success is his success.
Yes.
His success should be my success, right? So that's how I look at it. And I know if you walk in the door already feeling some kind of way,
you need to be strong enough.
Right.
You need to have a game in your life with Nipsey Hussle. No, okay, we put that out.
I mean, I like a boss. That's just what
we
I
both like bosses.
Hey, everybody.
We're back at the table with Coco.
Shaka.
Miss Blue.
And today we're going to talk about red flags in the dating stages of a relationship. So let's start. We have a list ready for you guys, and we're just going to go one by one and talk about them.
So the first red flag I have on my list, and this is just, this is initial dating, getting to know somebody. You've been out with 3 or 4 dates with them. My thing is they need to introduce you to some people in their circle. Like you need to meet their family and friends. Mm-hmm. And the reason that's important, I think, is because you need to see their position in other circles. You need to see how people respect them, how people treat them, and how they themselves fit in their family, because those dynamics will tell you a little bit about the person, right? And how other people respect them or not. And so, and it also lets you know that you're not a secret.
Exactly.
And your relationship, the development of your relationship isn't a secret.
Right.
So that's why I think if that doesn't happen after 3 dates, that's a red flag for me.
Right.
That's a good point. You don't want to be a secret.
Exactly.
That is a huge red flag.
Yes.
Right. So how soon do you think you're supposed to meet the family? Should he bring you around?
She said
I think after 3 or 4 days.
3 or 4 days? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think 3 or 4 days.
What about someone like me who's in college and dating? Like,
Yeah,
when would
right.
you-
It's a little different.
What's right?
I would think that when you are probably at a semester break, you know what I mean? You guys, because what is it, like 4 months, then it's a semester break or something like that?
Yeah, about 4.
I think it's a little different in college. But say you have been dating him 3 or 4 months and it's family weekend.
Yeah.
And, his family is on campus and all of that. And if he doesn't say to you, I'd like for you to meet my mom, my dad is coming to town, my brother is coming to town, I'd like for you to meet them. Then to me, I would be concerned.
Okay. That's a good.
I have a question though. So for us, if it was 3 or 4 days, but is it 3 or 4 days, we serious or we just dating? Like we don't really care. We just going out. We don't need to meet. What you think?
Well, I think if I date you for the 3rd time, I must be thinking that there's something there. Because I just don't see right now in my life I'm going to date you 3 or 4 times and I really don't. There's nothing.
You don't date multiple people at once?
No, I don't. I don't date multiple people at once. That's rare.
Tea is hot.
The tea is hot.
Yeah, I mean, I usually do not. If I'm dating 1 or 2 people, but if I get to date 4, it must mean something that I'm going out with you 4 different times.
Okay.
What about when you have kids? When do you meet their kids?
Ooh.
When they're older, I'm assuming, because if, for your age, they would likely be older. They might still be young. So when would you say?
Well, I didn't introduce you guys to a lot of people.
Right. So we were little.
Yeah, when you guys are growing up. And so I don't think I want to be introduced to someone's children unless we are deciding to be in a relationship. I think other adults are different. Friends and other adult friends and family are different, but your children, I'm okay with somebody saying I want to wait before I introduce you to my children.
Even if they're adults?
Now, if they're adults, that's different because they're grown. So, as adults, that's different. They got I can't see myself dating anybody with little children at this point. But adult children, I just look at as other family members.
Okay.
Right? Because if I dated somebody 4 times now, I'd introduce them to you. I mean, they're not going to, it's not going to be an issue for my children.
Yeah, that's so hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard for me to say.
Okay.
Because you want to wait until you're serious, but then you don't want to start liking the person, then your child don't like the person.
Right.
So you don't want to have those feelings for the person.
Right.
That's I don't know, that's really hard. And then you got to be careful, but then it's like you're in a relationship and you still might break up.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's hard for me. I'm not sure,
Because you still have a young child, so it's a little different.
Yeah. Okay, and my topic is red flag is talking negatively about the ex.
Their ex.
Their ex, right?
Yes.
I don't really feel like an ex should be brought up unless it's necessary. Unless some topic came up and it had something to do with the ex, like just how did you guys break up, but not like constantly talking about the ex and constantly talking about the ex in a negative way. Because to me, you did something like you're putting all the blame on the ex, and all the blame couldn't go on the ex. So I'm like, how do you guys feel about that?
To me, it shows that they're not over the situation, and I feel like you need to take time for yourself.
Thank you, and
Do
heal,
not
right?
introduce me to your life and situation.
Girl, you hit that nail on the head. Oh my
If
God.
you're not over your ex,
Yes,
don't do it.
right,
Take time
right.
to heal. Find
I have
God.
to agree.
Don't bring me into your situation
Don't
unless
do
you're
it.
done.
And I kind of feel like if you are, so down on your ex and talking about your ex all the time, I agree with you, you're not over it.
Yeah.
But then I also have to look at you in a way, because if we were to, part ways, then I'm the ex and you're going to be talking about me
that way.
to the
Right.
next person. So I don't need you to talk about another woman bad to make me feel good. That's not going to build my esteem because
Exactly.
you're talking about someone else. So I look at that like it's her today, me tomorrow.
Exactly.
So yeah,
And-
that's definitely a red flag.
Right.
Okay. The first on my list is my red flag is when they're not chivalrous on the first few dates. Now, nowadays, some people don't see these as red flags, but I find it a red flag when a man or whoever you're dating doesn't pull out the car door for you to let you in, doesn't open doors for you, doesn't pull out your chair at a restaurant. Those are all red flags, like when you're seriously consider dating a person. It's just basic manners and respect.
Right.
And I know, like, with this, like, feminism, it's kind of, I don't want to sound rude or, like,
It's the truth.
down on anyone's beliefs, because I get it. I love equality. But I'm saying,
You want to be treated like a woman.
I want to
too.
be treated like a woman. I want to be
Right.
treated like you're trying to court me, like you are
Yes.
trying to get me to like you, like you
Yeah.
appreciate my presence with you. So it does mean a lot when boys just or men show that, like, extra, like, not even extra, just basic.
Right.
Like,
Well, I
manners.
don't believe in that much equality.
Well,
Well, you can't be a man. Like,
Please wear the pants. Please wear the pants. Okay.
yeah. I mean, to me, it's a privilege to be a man. God made you a man. So I think that, so there is that equality really does not exist. So the feminists can say what they want to say, but I want to be treated like a woman. I really do. I do want you to make me feel like I'm a queen. Isn't that the purpose of, having a king in your life,
Right.
that he
Yes.
makes you feel
Yes.
special? You're his
Yes.
queen, so he goes out of his way for you. So I'm with you. I mean,
Because
it's a red flag.
We always say the roles have reversed now. Like it seems like women are chasing men and treating them like, putting them on a pedestal, and the
I
men
don't
should
I
be-
think
it's
that's another topic,
unfeminist
sis,
or
okay.
because we can talk about.
Okay.
I think there is a slight bit of feminization happening with men, where
Yes.
men are looking to be
That's tea.
cared
That's a different
for.
topic.
It's
Yes.
a different topic.
Right.
But I think one day, y'all put it in the comments. We
Yeah,
might
that's
want to
what
chat
I'm
about
doing
that.
here. But okay, another just real quick on that. How do you feel like who should pay for the first couple dates? Because I've had discussions with, like, in high school when I
That's
was
not
my
even a
first
question.
boyfriend.
That ain't even a
People would
question.
always be like, "Oh, like you let him pay for the whole thing."
Well, people,
I swear, people would say that to
women,
me.
girls.
Or like other guys. They'd be like,
That's what we talking
"You
about.
don't
the
split it
feminizing
half and half."
men.
Like,
Hello.
you don't want to like do that. Like, that's wrong. All that stuff. And I didn't see it was
No.
wrong. Like,
No.
that's my.
He asked you out for a date, right?
Yeah.
He asked you out for a date. When someone asks you out for a date, that's what they do. They ask you out for a date with the understanding that he is a man and he is going to treat you like a young lady. And so
Right.
I'm not going to take away from someone being who they are. They are a man, and so that is part of it. But when a man asks you out on a date, then your expectation is he asked me out on a date and
He should
he
pay.
got that covered.
Exactly. Okay.
You know. Ooh, okay.
Any bosses out there? Okay.
Communication.
Communication is my red flags. Poor communication, and when a man can't communicate how he feel or or does not want to work out an issue and just wants to sweep it under the rug. And I always say, when you sweep things under the rug, then it becomes what do I say?
A pile of dirt under the
A pile of
rug.
dirt. What do I say? Oh, resentment will build. Like when you sweep things under the rug, it builds resentment. And I just cannot stand a man who just cannot, like, let's work it out. Like, what? Let's get through this and work it out. And I can't stand when somebody just, I don't know. Like, that's a grown boy to me. That's a grown boy who can't communicate.
And women can't just take that on when they start dating the men. Like, a lot of women start to feel responsible for that type of baggage and stuff. And I mean, if you have the mental capacity and the ability to take on that baggage and work with someone through those issues,
Don't.
You
have send them to the therapist. Send them to the therapist.
Exactly.
Thank you. Okay. Sorry. Go to therapy, okay?
Right.
Don't bring that baggage
to
here.
you, but you don't have to take on that baggage.
Yes.
That's not your responsibility.
Thank you.
That's true.
You, yeah.
Right.
Therapy. Okay, so my next red flag is when someone just exhibits a lack of drive. Now, exhibiting a lack of drive in the beginning stages of dating, like, you already know, that's out. That is just so out. When you're having a conversation, especially at my age, just having a conversation like,
mine too.
what are your plans after college? And if they don't have plans, or like, what do you want to do with your degree? And they don't know. It's problematic. Like, even if your plan changes over time, like, you need someone who has direction, or else they're
Yes.
I think
Right.
even at my age, you want somebody that has a plan, even though, you know, they might say I have 10 years left to work, because that's probably where we all are. We have 10 years left to work or less. You want to know that they have some plan after that. And after I retire, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And, you know, because if they say, well, you know, I don't know. I mean, you're right. That's the lack of motivation.
Yes.
If they can't say, well, you know, I'm going to do some traveling, or I have this hobby that I really want to get into. I ride bikes and I'm going to go cross country. Yeah, something as simple as a hobby, but you want them to have some kind of zest for life, right?
shows
And
that
you
they're
want to
not
be
secure.
able to
Right.
hear that, because it also shows you that they thought and that they're thoughtful and they're intentional about how they live their lives. It's not just I take each day as it comes.
intentionality.
Yes. But let's be clear now. Some have this plan, but have no plan on making that plan happen.
Yeah.
Like,
They have a goal.
They have a goal.
But
They say this is what they want to do,
They don't
but
have
they're not
direction.
working towards it. So that's another red flag.
yes, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Last one. So, lying. Of course, that is a huge red flag. And I think in the dating process, if someone is not being honest about little things, then you know that that probably isn't the person you want to continue on with after a couple of dates. So things that come to mind is not being honest about the number of children that they have, not being honest about,
Had that before.
not being honest about whether or not they're in a relationship.
Had that.
Right? You know, you want to know, because who wants to be dating somebody 3 and 4 times and they're actually either in a relationship or ending a relationship? Like, be honest about where you are.
Be honest.
I think that is an issue. I think not being honest, especially at this point in life, about their financial standing. Like, you know, 3 or 4 days, you want to know.
Yeah.
Like, how, you know, are you in debt? You know, because I don't want to take that on.
Yeah.
Are you, you know, okay? You can manage your life and your lifestyle. All of those types of things. You just want people to tell the truth about their life, you know. If you know, you just did 30 years in prison, and tell somebody you did 30 years
Tell me
in
if you
prison.
just got out of jail.
Please.
Because, you know, we might not have nothing in common. And
Except for one thing.
What?
What are you
We're
about to
gonna
say?
we're gonna take that out. I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so if they lying, y'all, that's the red flag.
Oh, right. If a person can go more than 2 days without talking to you, you're not a priority to them. That's how I feel. You're just not a priority to them.
Okay, so we have a little bit.
Oh, but they feel differently about it.
Yeah, because especially in the dating stages with someone, especially where I am in my life, especially when I'm like at school during the semester, it might take me over 48 hours to get back to you. Or during those 48 hours, I might only be responding like 2 or 3 times because.
But you're super busy in school. You're like in 5 different things at school.
True. But let me be honest, even the summertime, like
and you're young.
I am young, but it's like the same. But girls my age, they feel the same way about if a guy doesn't talk to them, or even like boys feel the same way if she doesn't talk to me for over 2 days. Like. People are busy. People forget to respond.
No one's that busy. And let me tell you, the hardest working men will make time for you. And that's real. Even if it's just a quick text, hey, you know what? I'm in a meeting right now. I'll call you to anything.
Okay, let me say this though, because sometimes I get so busy and I have the best of intentions. But you know, there's some days I work till 7 or 8 o'clock.
Those people you don't even care about.
Yeah.
So the people we don't care about, I don't care if I hear from you or not.
True. I do care. But I get off work at 8 sometimes. Let's say if I have a board meeting or I'm working on budgets or something, and then by the time I drive home, I'm tired. I chit chat with y'all or something. I get in the shower and then I say and then it's late. And that's okay. I'll call the person back in the morning or I'll text in the morning. But it doesn't mean that I'm not interested, because I am interested. But so I can say, I can go with the 48 hours if you don't get back
I
in
don't
48
believe her.
hours.
Them is the side people that you just talk to just to, you know. I'm just dealing with you because I ain't talking to nobody else type of people. The people that you really like and interested in.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all gonna make time. Y'all gonna make some time for each
You
other.
can be interested in someone and not talk to them every day. I feel like I think you can.
You can have a like of somebody,
but you don't really care about
but not
them.
a real interest. I mean, I got that now, you know, and I'm.
Okay.
If I talk to you or not, it's whatever. But if it's somebody like we're dating, like you said, the 3 or 4 days type of thing, then I feel like y'all on that level make time for me. Like,
Okay, you could tell me what you got going on. If you tell me what you got going on.
Because does it have to be a conversation? Because I can do like a good morning text, like I hope you had a good day text. Every day. Okay.
I'm a Leo then, y'all. I'm a Leo. And Leo, we love attention from that person. So, and I've gotten that from the people that I'm really with. So, that's what I'm used to. That's what I'm used to.
I try to respond. I do. I really do try to respond.
But
you know, it's just some of those times when
I don't want to give the wrong impression.
I don't want to give the wrong impression either.
I really do.
I do too.
We are nice.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a good person.
I never
care about people.
No, and we care about those that care about us.
Yes.
Okay.
My turn. The last one I'm going to talk about, the last red flag, is when they have a lack of social skills in the time that you're dating them.
Yes.
This is like when you bring them to like a family event or a little outing with your friends and they don't know how to interact with people that aren't in their circle or in their normal day-to-day. They don't know how to hold a conversation with new people. They can't just talk with your cousins. They can't talk with your brothers or something. They just are too, I don't want to say introverted, but they're just to themselves and they're not making an effort.
Yeah, at my age, I just find that if a person can't be in a social setting and be comfortable in their own skin and have conversations, that's a big red flag to me, because I'm a social person. I do a lot of outings, and I do, galas, and, it's part of my work, but it's also just part of my life with my family. And so I like to host things. And if somebody is in my life and they can't hold a conversation and just can't enjoy themselves in a social setting from time to time, that's a major red flag. I know we probably won't do well together.
If they came around our family acting like that,
I was just gonna say, our family is too loud, too social.
You got to be able to keep up in the different conversations that's going on at one time.
And it will be noticed.
It will be noticed.
Oh,
Yes. And the first thing, what's wrong with him?
That's
Exactly.
Who's that?
Where'd she get it from?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you got to be able to be comfortable in your own skin and be, able to have a conversation and,
Right.
Yeah, I can't do you sitting in a corner somewhere and you don't know how to talk to people.
Mhm.
No.
Because if your relationship develops and you just let that slide, it's just gonna get worse.
Yeah,
they're not gonna
right.
want to. It's that little stuff at
Yeah.
first, but then they're not gonna want to go anywhere with
Exactly.
you. Not gonna want to do anything with you, and then you're just gonna be
Uncomfortable.
stuck.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So find like kind. Find a person that's like you. So you know you social and you like to get out. You know
opposites don't always attract.
they attract, but commonality has staying power.
Hmm.
The people you have more things in common with,
Yeah.
that's who you have staying power with.
Yeah. I wonder. Okay. That maybe this might be another topic though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, those are all our red flags for
Right.
today.
That was fun. I like that one.
That's a fun one. Okay. Like always, if you have any suggestions for us, any questions for us, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn our post notifications on. And that was She Said It.
She
She
said
said
it.